The cast of Spider-Man Brand New Day put on a production of the Oddyssey to warm up for the movie Spider-Man Brand New Day. That's the joke I've come up with. And Matt Damon's here too. And so is every other actor ever born. So Aiden, what's the plot of the Oddyssey?
The Odyssey is an adaptation of Homer's The Odyssey, which you probably know the broad strokes of from junior high. A man goes out to sea to fight the Trojan War, and then he gets really, really lost. And he gets in some hijinks.
Some hijinks with the gods.
Connor, what did you think of The Odyssey?
I thought the Odyssey was very good. Christopher Nolan is sort of our modern day Kubrick. Maybe not as consistent as Kubrick, but the thing about Christopher Nolan I like is his variety of ideas. His last movie was Oppenheimer. His movie before that was a James Bond movie with a time travel gimmick.
Yeah.
Before that he was, Interstellar, Inception, The Prestige, The Dark Knight trilogy. And it is interesting to see his movies because you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And The Oddyssey is his historical epic. And he puts every actor in it. I don't know if I necessarily loved the fact that every actor was a named actor, because I would see somebody and say, oh, that's Benny Safdie. Oh, that's John Leguizamo. Oh, that's Matt Damon. Oh, that's Tom Holland. Oh, that's Zendaya's there. Now it's, for some reason, Travis Scott is here.
John Leguizamo's
Mia
the
Goth.
old mentor was a interesting one.
Yeah. I wish some of them were character actors, but everyone is named. But I think everyone wants to work with Christopher Nolan because it's Christopher Nolan, and at this point he's kind of annexed himself as one of the major filmmakers of our generation. So I understand why. But yeah, in a way, I did think there was maybe could have been a couple more bit actors. One thing I thought was really cool was how he portrayed all of the gods and all of these strange happenings that Odysseus runs into. We got the giant Cyclops, 12-foot Cyclops man. I don't know, he's like 20 feet or something. Big Cyclops. Looked very unique. There is more CGI creatures than a lot of these movies have, but there's still it's still very much set on sets, and some of Christopher Nolan's best cinematography ever, in my opinion, in this film. I will say there are some Christopher Nolanisms that still peek through the cracks. Some of the dialogue's a little awkward. I've never thought he was the best at milking out the dialogue, but there are some pretty good acting moments, like when Odysseus finally makes it back home to Penelope, and he has his grand speech.
Anne Hathaway is very, very good.
Anne Hathaway is
in
good.
a way no one else even comes close.
Tom Holland is pretty decent in the movie. Zendaya doesn't do a hell of a lot, but she's fine. I liked, even though John Leguizamo might have been a strange choice as the wise old man, I liked him. I like John Leguizamo, so sure, I'll take it.
World's number one Pest fan.
Also, he's one of the few people in this movie who doesn't feel like a trending actor. They were a Timothée Chalamet short of having every actor that people want. And also, where's Willem Dafoe in this movie?
True.
It seemed like some shit that he would have been
Willem
on.
Dafoe should have played the John Leguizamo role, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it did feel like John Leguizamo doing a Willem Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe is probably booked up for the shittiest movie you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Or maybe he was really busy.
Or some weird art house movie.
He might have been really busy with Robert Eggers' Werewolf.
Yeah. I feel like if you're not in this movie, you're in Robert Eggers' Werewolf.
Yep.
Or you're in Dune Part 3. Or you're in all three, or both.
And in Spider-Man Brand New Day.
I do find it funny that Sony's like, Spider-Man Brand New Day, we gotta do July. I mean, they always do July. but it is kind of an interesting time in films, and I don't know how it'll feel, but
The summer of Zendaya.
Zendaya, Tom Holland, and Jon Bernthal are both in this movie and in Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
And Zendaya's in Dune 3 as well.
And she was in Euphoria season 3 this year, and she was in that other movie with Robert Pattinson. And
The drama, yes.
Zendaya's just in everything right now because she's very popular and very famous, which is cool. She's fine. I liked her in this movie. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good little adaptation. There's some really good moments. Another good moment, there was this part where they meet a witch on an island, and she makes the Odysseus's crew a bunch of pigs. So she's like tearing at their faces, and it's crunchy. There's cool Foley there, and they're getting changed. I don't want to spoil the movie too much, but really I don't
want to spoil this 700-year-old story.
The thing is, though, I think these days the Odyssey is more of a college read, so there's probably genuinely people who have no idea what's going to happen in it.
That's fair.
I don't remember reading the Odyssey in school. I know of the Odyssey. I know about everything. So of course I know a bit about the Odyssey, but I've never personally read Homer's epic in any sort of faithful translation.
Yeah.
So you know what? Maybe it'll be new to you. I mean, obviously, I think pretty much everyone knows like the very broad strokes, like the Trojan horse is a very famous trope based on the story of the Odyssey and stuff, and yeah. So there's moments in this that people will know automatically, but it is fun. It's a fun mix of like kind of those now older actors like Anne Hathaway and Matt Damon with a lot of the younger spry fellas like Tom Holland, Zendaya,
John
Leguizamo. The
From
sound
Ant-Man.
design
From Ant-Man.
The sound design is amazing. I don't think John Leguizamo was in Ant-Man, was he?
Yeah, he's Ant-Man's friend who does the fast talking bit when they're...
Oh no, that's not him. That's Michael Pena.
Fuck. God damn it.
It's just a different Mexican guy.
Well.
Alright, everybody, put up the racist graphic on this guy. All Mexicans are the same ass, man. Where's the mage?
Can't believe I got Luis Guzman for this movie to play the wise old mentor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to spoil every set piece more than anything. Even if you know the tale of the Odyssey, the set pieces and how Christopher Nolan did them were very cool. And there's a lot of set pieces. It looked very expensive. It looked very real and well done. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of beautiful... Charlize Theron, Cleo from Doctor Strange. She's in here too.
It's like a whole MCU reunion from a bunch of characters who never met each other because Cleo's never appearing in that shit again.
Yeah. I liked when he was with Charlize Theron because it reminded me of Pirates of the Caribbean 3 on Stranger Tides when Johnny Depp gets exiled.
Yeah.
To the desert island.
Well, Johnny Depp also meets Calypso in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Tia Dalma's real form is Calypso.
Yeah.
Goddess of the sea.
Calypso. Calypso lemonade sold at Menards.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure there's some sort of alcohol Calypso. I don't remember if it's rum. Probably.
Yes, it is a rum.
I like Calypso rum. I know I liked Calypso. I couldn't remember what it was. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff. A lot of good actors giving very good performances. I do think there's some awkward moments with the dialogue and stuff. This movie's an R-rated film, and the only reason I can surmise it is because the amount of swearing in it. But all in all, I mean, it's not a super bloody movie, so
there's almost no graphic violence.
If you got like a 13-year-old who's squeamish about blood, if you got like a younger teenager, like late pre-teen or whatever, who isn't super squeamish. I mean, it's not a graphic movie. It's not R-rated because Odysseus is taking heads off and people are dying. There's some slightly intense scenes, but mostly the action. It's very like swords and sandals epic, like were common back in the day. It's Christopher Nolan's version of Spartacus or Ben-Hur or
Jason and the Argonauts.
Jason the Argonauts in its own way too. But it felt very inspired in that class. It felt like something Nolan wanted to dip into, and I think like the only other period piece he really has is The Prestige.
Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah, and Oppenheimer, I guess. But those even are a little less like this is ancient times, so it was cool. It was fun to see. He pulled it off very well. I think he's at the point where money's no object. I do think it's impressive he got this out in 3 years after the after Oppenheimer. Christopher Nolan's been. I mean, he's always been. He got Inception out 2 years after Batman, and I think he might have had Prestige out the year before that too. I think it was The Dark Knight, Prestige, or maybe it was. Maybe Prestige was the year before Dark Knight or something, but he's always kind of worked at a breakneck pace even as his films get bigger, and he's just one of those directors that I don't always necessarily think he hits, but it's always an event to see what he does next because he always takes it in a unique direction. I will say he's one of the few directors who doesn't, double dip into he's always looking for the next story, and it doesn't necessarily relate to the last. He isn't like, oh, I did the Oppenheimer movie, so now I have to make another science
Einstein
epic.
movie.
I have to make the Einstein movie. The closest he came to that is when he randomly directed a Batman trilogy, and there were only 2 of those he actually wanted to direct, and one of them they had pretty good faith in him, and the other one they kind of had him on a little bit of a leash. They said make the post 9/11 edgy Batman movie.
Yep.
So Christopher Nolan's just one of those guys to watch out for. Like I said, he's not always for me in terms of what he makes. I don't think all of his movies are perfect. I do think he consistently has a problem with dialogue. I think I could probably talk about that in almost every movie. I do think he's getting better at it, because I'm pretty sure when we reviewed Oppenheimer a couple of years ago, I said the same thing where I was like, there are awkward dialogue moments, but by and large, he's improving at it. It's not like The Dark Knight Rises where everything feels stilted and awkward, but
where every single line feels like it consists of a random string of words that don't really make sense.
I feel like The Dark Knight, he had like a concept, and he's like, this is my concept, now let's just get this shit over with so I can move on to doing my own projects, because I'm tired of doing Batman movies. That's kind of the vibe The Dark Knight Rises gave, and I think it's probably his worst movie. But there are some movies. He even will have movies with great dialogue that are awkward. One thing I think is slightly controversial is there is a lot of modernizations here. I know a lot of people were kind of butthurt beforehand because he decided he was going to use like traditional, people are just acting in their own native accents, except for Tom Holland, who does an American accent for some. Does he do an American accent? Or
He does a generic, non-real kind of American accent.
I don't get why Tom Holland's only allowed to do the American accent. Like, at that point, just do the British accent. Everyone's just doing their own. I guess there's some sort of shtick that Robert Pattinson's putting on, I guess. Matt Damon's just Matt Damon. But, I don't know. I mean, everybody kind of just did their own thing. And to be fair, I don't want to see an entirely period accurate. I'm sorry. Not from people. Nolan isn't that guy, Nolan makes big blockbusters, and they're often very good, but he isn't the type. He wants to make movies that are big epics, and I don't think he wanted to concern himself with that shit. There are directors out there who would want to concern themselves with that shit, like Robert Eggers or something, and one thing is you kind of go in knowing with those movies, like, you're gonna have to just pay really good attention, because it's gonna be fucking hard to understand. I don't know if that would have been right. I also don't think, for this movie, I don't think you could have pulled out some of the performances if everyone was working really hard on their accent. You have 700 characters. So I don't know. It was, it was good. So Aiden, what did you think of The Odyssey?
The Odyssey is very good. Probably Christopher Nolan's most balanced movie. I don't think the dialogue is as strong as Oppenheimer, but it's close enough for Nolan. It's something he very obviously has struggled with for his entire career, to the point where 1942 just does not feature dialogue.
Dunkirk?
Dunkirk.
You're mixing it with 1917. Shawn Mendes.
Yeah, Dunkirk he was like, okay, we're just not putting dialogue in this. It's going to be worse if I do. And he was right. There's definitely some awkward stiffness. He's not an actor's director. The technical stuff, fantastic. All the set pieces are amazing, and it is a story of. And then Odysseus went to the next set piece and did some wacky shenanigans, some hijinks, and the movie does that fantastically. I have a few more minor nitpicks. I think the final action scene has some. Nolan's never really been an action director either, as evidenced by his Batman movies, especially The Dark Knight Rises. There's a little bit of clunkiness in that final battle, like Matt Damon's big axe swing where people just start falling over when they get vaguely near the axe. But
yeah, 20 people jump backwards at the swing of an axe.
Yeah. But, all that aside, it's a classic story done very, very well, with a very good cast of people who are probably too famous to reasonably make up a cast. Yeah, I liked it a lot. I was very happy.
Yeah, I definitely.
I don't know that it's Nolan's best, but it's definitely his movie that is the most consistently good and has the least weird problems that Nolan movies sometimes have.
Yeah, one thing I will say is after the first 15 minutes, the last 2 hours and 45 minutes is pretty much end-to-end action. There isn't too much downtime, so it keeps you busy.
Yeah.
There's another note about what you were just saying, and I've already forgotten, so whatever.
It was good. See you next week for whatever
What?
we booked. Oh, Connor, would you recommend The Odyssey?
Yes, I'd recommend The Odyssey. I thought it was pretty good. Pretty good indeed. So Aiden, would you recommend The Odyssey?
Yes, sir.